Hello everyone, and welcome back to another mysterious journey into the unexplained. Today we dive deep into one of the most chilling and controversial cryptids of all time, the Chupacabra. Is it a blood-sucking beast lurking in the shadows? A product of mass hysteria? Or could it be a creature science is yet to discover? For centuries, people across Latin America and beyond have whispered about strange sightings of an animal unlike any other known to attack livestock and leave behind only drained carcasses. Some call it folklore. Others swear they've seen it with their own eyes. So, settle in, because today we're asking the question, is the Chupacabra real? And by the end of this video, you might just have a different perspective. The Chupacabra legend first surfaced in the mid-1990s in Puerto Rico. The word itself means goat sucker in Spanish, because of its alleged attacks on goats and other livestock. In 1995, reports began spreading about animals, especially goats, chickens, and sheep found mysteriously dead. With puncture wounds on their necks and blood drained from their bodies, witnesses described a terrifying creature. Some said it had glowing red eyes, sharp spines down its back, and even a lizard-like appearance. Others claimed it looked more like a strange, hairless dog. The fear spread rapidly. Media outlets picked up the story, and soon, the Chupacabra became a cultural phenomenon. From Puerto Rico, the legend spread across Latin America, Mexico, Chile, Brazil, and eventually even into parts of the United States. But where did this story really begin? Was it an invention of frightened villagers? A misidentification of an ordinary animal? Or something else entirely? Let's explore what people claim to have seen. The classic version. A reptilian-like creature, about 3 to 4 feet tall, with scaly green or gray skin, spikes running down its spine, and glowing alien-like eyes. Modern version. More like a mangy coyote or dog, hairless, with a pronounced jaw and fangs. Some people describe it as hopping like a kangaroo, others as walking on all fours like a predator. In Puerto Rico, several eyewitnesses reported seeing a creature that matched none of the animals known to science. In Mexico, ranchers claimed their livestock were slaughtered in a way no natural predator could achieve. No torn flesh, no missing meat, just clean puncture wounds and blood loss. In Texas, farmers found hairless, dog-like creatures they believed were chupacabras. Photos and even carcasses were shown on TV, igniting heated debates between believers and skeptics. Could all these witnesses be lying, or is there some truth hidden within the chaos? Now, let's dive into the theories. Mysterious cryptid or alien. Some believe the Chupacabra is a genuine, unknown species, maybe even extraterrestrial. Strange reptilian description, glowing eyes, and unusual hunting style fit neatly into the alien encounter narrative. Genetic experiment gone wrong. A few conspiracy theories suggest the Chupacabra was the result of secret government experiments. In Puerto Rico, home to several U.S. military facilities, whispers spread that a lab-created creature had escaped. Vampiric folklore. Others see the Chupacabra as an extension of humanity's age-old fear of vampires. Just as legends of Dracula terrified Europe, the Chupacabra became Latin America's version of the vampire myth. Misidentified animals. Scientists and skeptics argue most Chupacabra sightings are simply coyotes. Dogs or raccoons suffering from severe mange disease that causes hair loss and strange skin conditions. With their gaunt bodies and unusual appearance, it's easy to see how frightened villagers might mistake them for monsters. Mass hysteria and media influence. Some researchers argue that once the media spread the Chupacabra story, people started seeing what they expected to see. A dead goat must be the Chupacabra. A strange animal must be the Chupacabra. The legend grew bigger than the truth. So, which theory do you believe? Could the answer lie somewhere in the middle? Now, let's look at some famous cases. Over the years, some alleged Chupacabra incidents have become infamous. One of the most compelling occurred in 1996 near Canaz, Puerto Rico. A farmer awoke to find his goats slaughtered. Their throats were slashed and blood drained from their bodies. No other predator would hunt this cleanly, leading many to believe it was the work of the Chupacabra. This case, along with others, catapulted the legend into the global spotlight. Then, in 2004, when 2 alleged Chupacabra carcasses turned up in Mexico, the world watched intently as TV hosts showed off the bizarre creatures. One was hairless, hunched, and lizard-like. The other, a more conventional dog-like being. These sensationalized images only fueled the mystery. But were these creatures actually Chupacabra? Science says probably not. After examination, experts identified them as coyotes with mange. But does that explain the puncture wounds and bloodless bodies of other victims? Not entirely. So the debate rages on. Scientists have studied alleged Chupacabra remains, and almost always the results come back as ordinary animals: coyotes, dogs, raccoons. Mange and malnutrition can make these animals look terrifyingly alien. But here's the catch. While science can explain the bodies, it doesn't always explain the livestock deaths. Why were so many animals found bloodless? Why the strange puncture wounds? Some veterinarians suggest the animals weren't truly drained of blood, but rather internal bleeding or scavengers gave that appearance. Others think people may have exaggerated the evidence. And yet some ranchers still insist, after decades of encounters, that they've seen something science can't explain. In reality, separating fact from fiction becomes difficult when dealing with such elusive cryptids. Many who have witnessed the Chupacabra claim it defies easy explanation. They talk of encounters that science alone cannot explain, creating a rift between belief and skepticism. The idea that we have discovered and cataloged every animal species on Earth seems increasingly outdated. Just imagine if early naturalists had dismissed Native Americans' tales of buffalo as mere folklore. Would we have ignored the existence of an entire continent? The lesson, dismissing eyewitness accounts outright, might lead us to overlook genuine discoveries. Our understanding of the natural world is still incomplete. There might be more out there that we haven't categorized yet. To assume that everything has already been documented reflects a myopic view of our scientific progress. The world is vast, and we have explored only a tiny fraction of it. What we don't know far exceeds what we do. We have mapped the surface of Mars in greater detail than our own Earth's oceans. The undiscovered species swimming in our seas are likely far more numerous than those roaming our lands. The Amazon alone might hold more biodiversity than the rest of the world combined. We've barely scratched the surface of exploring it. In the grand scheme of things, a few unidentified animal sightings are a small price to pay for keeping our minds open to the endless wonders that the universe might hold. So, is the Chupacabra real? That depends on your perspective. Science leans towards skepticism, pointing to misidentification and exaggeration. Yet the absence of proof isn't proof of absence. Could there be an unknown creature lurking in the shadows? Perhaps. Or maybe the Chupacabra lives on through our collective fear of the unknown, reminding us that the world is full of surprises. Regardless, its legend lives on, capturing our fascination and reminding us of the enduring power of mystery. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the chilling mystery of the Chupacabra. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories of cryptids, myths, and unexplained phenomena. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, sometimes legends are born from the shadows.